Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to the channel if you are new here. I'm Alexandra and we are back with a new speed building video up on the channel, and we are building this time in Henford-on-Bagley just because I still have some builds from my realistic save file version 3 in Henford-on-Bagley that I need to show you the building process, and that's why today we are building on this 20 by 30 lot in Finwich neighborhood. And guess what? This is actually Mrs. CrumpleBottom's house, but in fact is actually a residential rental. She is the landlord of this 3-unit residential rental, and I'm really happy with this build, with the backstory and everything I came up with in this on this lot. And as you can see, I'm starting to build the shell of the house, which basically looks like two houses that are connected. I tried to keep, with the Henford-on-Bagley style, with the builds that are in the background in this neighborhood. And I have to add the fact that I really love this style, and I tried to keep it as, as English as I could and as traditional as I could. And yes, as I said, Mrs. CrumpleBottom is living here in the safe house because I wanted to add some NPCs that are in Henford to the actual save. And I was thinking, what can she do if she's retired and she's not gonna be selling flowers at the flower shop in the center of the neighborhood. And actually that's something that the other Mrs. CrumpleBottom is gonna be doing, the actual NPC that's in Henford. Because if you add an NPC in your household and they're actually living somewhere in the world, another one by default is gonna appear in the world, and they're gonna be doing their actual actions that they have to do. So she's not gonna be selling flowers and anything there. She's just gonna be the landlord of this 3 units residential rental in which she's also living. So 2 apartments are for rent and 1 apartment is for Mrs. CrumpleBottom, and it's actually this one on the first floor here. And I don't know, it's very tiny, and I thought about the backstory of this build, that I don't know, maybe Mrs. CrumpleBottom inherited this property from, her family like years ago, and at some point she decided to, split it in half, and actually there are like 3 parts now. And she didn't have anything to do with the space because she's been alone all of her life. She doesn't have kids, she doesn't have nobody around her, and this property was a very sad and lonely building that was laying here in Henford, and she decided to make it for rent, for people to live here, and she can actually have an income for that. And that's what I thought, because I didn't really wanted to have here just a single house. And then I came with the idea that I want Mrs. CrumpleBottom to live somewhere, and that's how I basically came up with this backstory. But obviously, if you want to get this house in your game to have it, you can get it off the gallery or from my Patreon page, and you can do whatever you want with it. Mrs. CrumpleBottom doesn't have to live here necessarily, but that's just the story I have for the save file. And if you don't know what save file I'm talking about, I actually have my realistic save file, which includes Newcrest, Solani, and Henford. And I will definitely make sure every link is in the description down below so you can check it out. So basically what I'm doing is that I'm redecorating every lot in every neighborhood in every world. But so far I came up with Newcrest, Solani, and Henford, and as we speak I am actually working for Willow Creek, and I cannot wait to show you more about Willow Creek. I'm very excited about it. But I also have to say that I still have some builds from the actual Henford save that I have to upload, because I'm building a lot and I'm editing videos like not so often. I should actually upload more, but I'm so obsessed with Willow Creek at the moment, and I can't think about making speed builds. All I can think of is finishing Willow Creek because I want to actually release the save file by Christmas. I don't know if that's gonna be possible though, because at the moment I finished like 8 or 9 builds in Willow Creek, and I really am happy with the progress that I've been doing. But in the same time, I have to say that it's a very long process and I want it to be perfect. I want it to have details. So I don't know if I will be finishing everything by Christmas, because that's my plan, but I can't do any promises because I don't know how fast I can do the other lots. And Willow Creek is actually, it's a very big world, and it's actually a very beautiful world, and I wanted to give it, personality. And I will also add things of the lots with the tool mod, which also takes a lot of time. And people that make save files of their own, they know the work that's behind this. And I really don't want to hurry because I want it to be perfect. And I realized that with my Newcrest save file, I was in a hurry, and there are things that I would like to change, but I won't be doing that now. I think at some point when I will add more worlds to the save, I will actually do a redo, like a makeover of the world I already did. I know that's a lot to process, but I really thought that Newcrest needs some, needs some changes. And that's why I don't want to hurry with Willow Creek. And I'm talking now about Willow Creek, but I haven't said anything about the interior because we are in the interior now. And this is Mrs. CrumpleBottom's apartment. It's very tiny. It has just one bathroom, one kitchen, one bedroom, and an open entry with the living room. It's very, grandma style, old style, English style, and I don't know, I think it just suits her because she doesn't need a lot of space. She's, lonely, doesn't really have like a lot of friends, except for one tenant that they're actually living here. It's the Hamilton family, and she's very good friend with Mrs. Hamilton. She's living underneath her apartment, raising her 2 grandchildren, and I don't know how, but they really do get along. But I don't know how good the relationship will be with new tenants, if she will have, if you want to, play with the save and have somebody, living in the apartment that we are currently furnishing, because this is the empty one. It has actually 2 bedrooms. One is a master bedroom and the other one has 2 bunk beds for children. And actually, I think this is my favorite one from the whole building, just because I tried to add a second floor, but you know what? Actually, it's underground, because I tried to split the, the ceiling and to have, an underground basement, because this lot is actually built on a hill. Like, you have stairs that you go up, and I thought maybe years ago something else maybe was here underground, and they renovated and they didn't want it, to bulldoze everything, so they have that underground space. And I'm really happy with how that's looking. And on the back of the build, you'll be able to see how we have this open ceiling with stairs that you can go down, and you have, a second exit there. And I really am happy with that touch that I added to this build. And I also did another opening for windows, because I thought you might need, natural light, because living in a basement with no windows might be sad and very dark. And yeah, I thought having windows is something very necessary. So yeah, in this unit we have 3 bathrooms. One is a master bathroom, it's downstairs, and in the first floor we have the kitchen, dining room, which is close to the entryway, and then we have the living space with things for kids, because as I told you, we have space for 2 children here. They can be kids or they can be, teenagers, but considering that I added a lot of toys, and it's very, colorful, and It has things for kids. I assume kids are gonna be living here, maybe twins, why not? And yes, this is about this unit. This is empty in the safe house, and anyone can be moving here. So speaking about the other unit, it has just one bedroom and one double bedroom for the kids. As I told you, the grandmother who's raising her grandchildren, and they really get along with Mrs. CrumpleBottom. I don't know how or why, but they just get along, and I'm happy about that. And we know that Mrs. CrumpleBottom doesn't really get along with people in general. And actually, Mrs. CrumpleBottom and Mrs. Hamilton, and also Agatha, Mrs. CrumpleBottom's sister, is actually part of the same club. So the Teacup Tellers is kind of a gossiping, type of a club where they just meet and just gossip about things that happen in Henford-on-Bagley. And I really thought that's also a sweet thing to have for the gameplay. And I really think it's a realistic type of gameplay, because I assume in these tiny cities or countrysides, villages, these things actually happen with old people, but not necessarily like old people, because I assume also younger people can do that. And I really thought it's a nice thing to have also a club that Mrs. CrumpleBottom is having. And yeah, we are now into the kitchen in this unit, and soon we're gonna be moving in the last unit of this build. And I have to say that this build can be now downloaded from the gallery, and the tray files are also on my Patreon page. If you want to check that out, it's on my description. And actually you can get any of my builds early with 2 or 3 weeks, depending on how much I'm building, if you become a Patreon there. And I try to release as much as I can, because I'm building like crazy also for Willow Creek, as I said. And yeah, if you want to have my builds on early, you can check that out. And I have to also say thank you so much for all the new members, and for all the support. That really means a lot, and I'm very happy that you like my work and that you chose to support me. And I cannot wait to actually share with you as many builds as I can and as many safe files as I can. And yeah, I will leave you watch the rest of the video now. We're gonna be seeing each other in a couple of days with a new speed building video. I think it's gonna be also from Henford-on-Bagley, because I still have some builds that I need to share. And then we're gonna be seeing how I'm working in Willow Creek. So yes guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate you. Cannot wait to catch with you in my next one, and I really wish you an awesome and amazing day. Bye everybody.